displaced his original copy of it, so.
I do have it.
What did you do, Billy?
I haven't done nothing. I'm just trying
Shows
to find something.
your stream just went offline.
I see him.
I see him.
Refresh.
He's good here.
I see a prehistoric Planet Apple TV commercial, but I see him.
Yeah. Hydrate. Oh, thank you very much there. Posted a picture, pics and vids on Discord if you wanted to see what I was doing.
Twitch being stupid.
It happens
It might
quite
be,
frequently.
Yeah. Me spin around and have a look. Yeah, I don't even think I've got that one anymore. It's been updated since the one I had. You're back? Oh, well, welcome back. But yeah, how you doing there, Darkened Maze? And everybody else?
Is it first time chatter?
No, I don't know why it keeps popping up. He was here with you. I'm sure you mentioned chatted the other day, didn't you? Which is very strange. Facebook PV mods tier 1.
Yeah, your stream showed that it stopped.
Not for me.
Yeah.
It's showing excellent.
It shows that you've been on there a minute and 30 seconds.
Well,
that's what it's
showing
on
there.
Yeah.
It does, yeah, but it never stopped. It never stopped, but it shows that.
That is really, really weird. I'm not sure what happened there.
That's Twitch for you.
That's the same thing that happened to Dave during his 12-hour.
Yeah.
It blinked out like that. When it came back, it showed he had like 400 something people watching. I just saw Billy's number say 180 something, and then it dropped back down afterwards.
Yeah, it showed 93 for me. And I've got nothing on the, because you usually get like a pop-up when it says it's disconnected, and I've got nothing here.
Yeah, on Twitch's end, it went to ads. I saw your little video, and then when it come back, now it says you've only been live for 2 minutes.
That is really weird. I think I'm gonna have to go over to OBS and try that.
See if there is no asset file for FS22 for the map.
What's up?
He's asking if there's an asset file that's bigger for FS22.
Nope. There is none.
File.
So basically, the way that the map has been set up, so all these factories that you see that are built in when you load up the game, they're actually being pulled from the mods themselves. So that's why you've got like 100 and I can't remember the number. Was it 105, 106?
I think it was yeah, it was at least like 102 when I test synced the other day.
Yeah, that's why there's so many.
I know Dave took a couple out and
everything is coming from there. Or the majority of things are coming from there, I should say. So that's actually helping to keep the map file down. You don't need any additional assets and stuff like that. And the nice thing is where Dave's actually gone right through, removed what was basically not needed anymore. He's even got the map size down even further. So yeah. So it should do pretty well on most systems. Yeah, so yeah, servers you should be fine with. I know I think Yosho's got the map up on a server and had very little issues. Jeez. Neon, thank you very much for this screamer there. Cool. That was very quiet actually in my ear. I need to turn them up thing. I haven't gone through from when I took some time off the other week. I just haven't enabled any of them yet. Hey Harm, how's it going? But yeah. Out of curiosity, what are you actually working on there, Cope? Or are you just trying to figure out the buildables and stuff? Still. And did you get Master Mika's comment there, Darius?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, it could have been really weird. Very weird, but yeah, come on! Might have to refill at least one more time. Yipes. Hey,
so
Mr.
I love
Jerry.
having Mika's self-propelled, just the Freightliner truck. Works
Ah, right.
great. Works great for that.
Eh. Actually, this is just strangely. This is actually one that isn't edited. This is actually a base game one. I've actually got the one that I've edited where it's like a million capacity, but haven't quite pulled that one out yet of the dust. And there you go. Obviously, if any guys are interested in where to find the mods, the map, the mod folder switcher, go over to obviously the Sim Game Alliance Trello board. Obviously, the website is no longer, but yeah, go over there.
Great mods there too.
Why are you so
A
friggin'
lot.
low, T Miller? There we go.
Oh, sorry, I was back a little bit from my mic.
I've got you jacked right up to 200 and barely hear you. It's terrible.
Sorry, sorry.
That's okay. But yeah,
I said there's a lot of good mods there too.
yeah, there's a lot of good ones coming. Not sure about some of the ones that's just been reskinned John Deere, but yeah, very, very cool. Actually, before I forget, so actually I'm just going to show for everyone actually quickly. Obviously this is the desktop. Say hello. There's my little mousey. So obviously that link will bring you to this website right here. This is obviously the Sim Game Alliance mods Trello board for anyone who hasn't seen it. I'm just going to run through this quickly because I've seen me do it every time. Obviously each of these are the different modders that have currently got some posted. Also we've got Mr. Dajnet here. All you do is you literally click on that little point there and then the image there and it'll take you over to Mr. Dajnet's Trello board, or Dave's. Obviously you got the mod folder switcher, which is the current version, which is version 3. All you do is to download that, you just click on that again, and then you look for the attachment right here. And obviously you just click on that, and then go to the download and download it onto your computer and install it as usual. I know Viking Streaming is doing a tutorial video on downloading and setting it up. I'm going to be doing a updated version for the English speakers over here, there, and everywhere. At some point, I was hopefully going to try and do it today, but kind of got a bit sidetracked with other things. Obviously, the mod folder switcher is going to be the easiest way for getting those updates. One thing to bear in mind is Dave is at the minute is updating quite a lot of things. So what I'd recommend, for at least for the minute, before you load up your game first thing in the morning or the afternoon or whatever, before you play, run the sync first, just to make sure you're getting all the current versions. Okay. I think it's been a couple of days since the last update, but you should be fine at the minute till he pushes the next one. Obviously, if you're not doing the mod folder switcher updates, you can get it on here. Obviously, you got the current map. Actually, when it was on release, and then pack it all in one there. Literally, all you do is click on there, and then click on the full release right there. Obviously, maybe was it once a month roughly? There is going to be additional posts put on here for any updates, maybe once a week. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be more once a month, really. But so it's going to be a lot easier if you had the mod folder switcher. Obviously, one of the mods that you do need is the production revamp. You can just click on there if you don't have it already. Obviously, you can get it off the mod hub. Just click on there, and it'll take you to the mod hub, and you can download it from there. And then obviously this will just take you back to that main board. Trello is too confusing. Only way I can get onto the page is from here. Yeah, can't find anything.
Bookmark it.
Yeah, just bookmark it. So obviously I'm actually currently on, what one is that? Discovery. Because my Chrome for some reason keeps logging me out. Is it Discovery? Edge, that's the one. Sorry.
Yeah, Edge, yeah.
But yeah, all you have to do is there should be a little button at the top here in the bar where you can actually bookmark it. Obviously, I've got mine brought right over here, so I can just literally click straight on there and it'll take me to the right page that I want. Also, you got mine there, you got NBCs. I believe actually just touch on Dajnet ones. At some point, the other maps could be going on there on here as well, so keep an eye on that. for when they get posted. Or if you've got Mr. T Miller there, Surfing Cowboy Gaming, Winston with this huge amount of mods. X-Man, obviously that's where you're going to go to get those auto drive routes for those guys who are playing with auto drive. And it's like literally just come over here. It's the top one on the list there. And then obviously you just download this attachment. I think you have to unzip it. Let's have a look actually, because I haven't actually done this one. Okay, so yeah, you download each individual one, and then replace them in your save game folder. It's that easy. Obviously, you do have to load up the game with auto drive first of all. Save, exit, and then replace them. Yes, I don't want that. Go back. Come on. There we go. Sweet. Just got to 20-25% boost to my concrete productions. Ooh, nice. Pillars, wood chips. Yeah. But that's a nice thing. Obviously, if you're clearing trees as well, you can put them into obviously the biogas, whatever it is. And obviously create electric and boost your productions 25%. And obviously there you go. Sorry, I was checking up some on comment there. And then obviously Robin Reliant or Reliant. Is it Robin Reliant? No, Reliant. I can't remember his friggin' name.
Robin Reliant Crew.
It is, yeah.
Oh, Reliant Robin
It's
Crew. Sorry.
the little
Reliance first.
three-wheeler things I know. But yeah, obviously he's got his the animal pens there. The updated version of the tug and barge mod that he's done. And yeah, a few other things as well. And a very, very cheaty combine right there. I don't know. But yeah,
Not the combine.
very, very cool. But yeah, keep an eye on obviously all those different Trello boards as well. Pages, whatever, worksheets. Because there is additional mods being added by the modders regularly. And how's it gone there, Surfing Cowboy Gaming and Mr. Viking? Let's come back over here. Do that. Yeah, connections excellent. Cool. And there you go. Also, if you guys are not following Viking streaming, make sure to click on that link and give him a follow. And obviously, as well as Surfing Cowboy Gaming. Oh, excuse me. Burp.
On that note, I'm gonna go grab some lunch and maybe a nap.
Alright, well, thank you very much for the raid. I'll speak to you later.
Yes, indeed.
I'll say good night, but I'll say
Good one.
day.
Have a good one. Later, Darius.
Take care, Darius.
God bless him. Off for a snooze. I don't know if it's just me, but does it seem like Mr. T Miller is staying up later and later and later? He must be really enjoying the map.
I don't get to hang out with you guys much, so I try. You know.
Oh,
It's
shit.
just-
I didn't think he slept anymore.
It
No, I
seems
do.
like it.
I sleep from like 2 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that combine header for your G combine. And okay. I'm not gonna go that far yet.
Even for me, that's a little too much.
Yeah. Plus, to be honest, I know how to edit brook widths and stuff, so it's fine. Righty. Now the other thing it is actually bugging the crap out of me is obviously when I come here or to a pallet or anything, obviously if I hit the R key, it's not actually doing nothing. I literally have to jump out and go back in to get it to work. I have no idea what in the heck is going on with it. I've reset my key bindings and everything and it just doesn't seem to work. Something is just throwing the whole thing off.
Somebody else had that same problem. Can't remember who it was.
And I've had it since day one of being on here.
Oh, it's Farming Guy.
Was it?
Yeah. You have to back. He backed the trailer back out and backed it back in.
Yeah. Oh, I've tried that. I've tried driving around, but yeah, just jumping out and going back in should be the easiest fix for that. It's very, very weird. And actually, I went through last night and adjusted the trigger as well, in case if it was too small. And yeah, no. Now, I did want to see something. So, if you, from that edit the other day, Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I don't think this is actually visually showing any more.
Stephen has a question quickly.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore him at the minute. Oh, I haven't yet, Surfing. No. Out of interest, where is it? Let's see. I think I've got it installed, but yeah, I haven't actually had a chance to look at it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. I don't even see it in here. Why do they never show the productions as well? That is terrible. Whereabouts is it? PB
PB
tab,
tab.
yeah.
Tier
Let's see.
2. Or
Tier
tier
2
1.
is it?
Tier 1.
Tier 1, okay.
If it's what I think it is. No, 1.
I might not have loaded it in. I know I downloaded it. Let me get this field finished off, and then what I'll do is I'll reload and make sure that it's activated. And we'll check it out. You had an issue with a silo view, Game Paul. Okay.
Yeah, Jaren, that's not necessary anymore. He's
Can
asking if you could overlap triggers.
to add.
Well, there's one, I think. The bee, the honey from the fields.
Depends on how the triggers are set up.
Yeah.
If one, like say one trigger is slightly higher than the other, then yes, it could work. But a lot of the triggers are basically literally ground level, so they may or may not work. So yeah. You could give it a try and see. I know I've tried it with, I think it was the smelter, and I think it was actually a storage, and it was sort of hit and miss when the pallets were going in. So yeah, you released it last night to everyone. Yeah, yeah. T Miller mentioned earlier. So very, very cool. But that isn't necessary anymore because. But yeah, like Bodine says, you can set them to auto distribute, so you don't really need to overlap the triggers now, which is kind of cool. Actually, one thing I do need to do is check on my Gold Master, see how we're getting on over there at some point. But yeah, one thing I do want to do is actually invest in another tablet at some point. Actually, something from Mr. Culp as well. Once again, did you ever get a chance to look into Sim Dashboard? I've actually got it installed on my computer and on my phone at the minute, and it actually works quite well. But where my phone's quite small, it's kind of a pain, and also I need it for watching the streams and stuff, so I want to invest in just a cheapy little tablet to run that on. Surfing, Vikings lurking. And Crazy Skullman has been following for 1 year, 6 months, 30 days. Ooh, wow. Well, thank you very much for sticking with me for so long. I don't know why, I'm a terrible streamer. I have that on my phone and on your tablet, really? Okay. Yeah, obviously, as far as I'm aware, it works on Android. I think I've actually got an Amazon Fire somewhere around here. It's actually my daughter's old one. It's a little bit slow and sluggish, but that might work actually. And it has been broken as well, so should be able to install the app. Might have to dig it out and try it. Oh, now they're going for all the follow widgets. So we've got Dazzle Brush, who's been following for a year, 6 months, 21 days. Mr. Master 86U, 1 year, 9 months, 22 days. Cool. Wonder how long I've been following myself. Does that work for a streamer out of curiosity? Can they follow themselves?
Of course, the day you started, you followed yourself.
Yeah.
It didn't like mine, I guess.
Wow. Mr. Dashnet.
Oh, I got the problem.
1 year, 9 months, 22 days.
I'm pretty sure we're like originals. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year,
Wait.
11 months.
Oh, you had it
21
set up
days.
ahead of time.
1 year, 11 months,
Wow.
21 days. Almost 2 years.
Yep. Holy crap, has it been that long already? Wow.
Maybe I followed you before you started streaming.
Oh, probably, because I know I did the same for you as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hey, 95 Nissan's 13, how you doing there? Welcome on in. Obviously, as you can see, we are playing on PV Canyon Crossing by Mr. Dajna, who's in chat with us at the moment. Oh, there we go. That's actually probably easier. It's a shame my driving is terrible. There we go. That's not bad. Good recovery. Good recovery. I think I got away with that one. Actually, I did notice my field of view is slightly off when I'm in cab. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing really good, thanks. Really good. Really enjoying the map at the minute. It will work on an Amazon tablet, but you have to jailbreak the tablet first. I did it for FS19. Yeah, mine's has been jailbroken, whatever. Yeah, I should be able to do it. I'll have to try and find out where the heck we put it, because I think that was definitely going to help. I think bad driving is a requirement to join the SGA. Yeah. Oh, heck yes. The worst thing is I keep hitting the 3 key, so that it goes to maximum speed at times, rather than just hitting the 2, where it's set slightly lower. Obviously, one thing as well just to let you guys know, I'm not sure if you actually seen it, but on my Trello board, the other day I've actually posted up the 2 balers, Massey Ferguson balers that I've edited. If I come into here and I'll show you what I'm on about, it'll be under at the Billy Alpaca mods. It's going to be these 2 right here. Also, you're thinking, oh, well, they just look the same as the base game ones. Yes, they are. That's basically all they are. However, the working width is a little bit bigger than the base game on both of them. Plus, what I've actually gone through and done, and obviously for those who have been watching Mr. Darius Frost, you've seen that he's got bales that are slightly bigger on capacity. Both of them have been edited to have higher capacity bales as well. The biggest bale is 20,000 litres. I've actually tested it on the barge, a fully loaded trailer on the barge, and it didn't tip over or anything. I was actually kind of surprised. So if you guys are looking for a baler that has a bigger capacity bale, try and check that out if you would. I'd love you to give some feedback on it. Obviously, the round baler will do the 125 and the 150 bales and wrap them. The 125 bale is set at 15,000 litres. The 150 is the 20,000. No, not 150. 15,000 and 20,000. Cool. Too many figures to remember. And then obviously the square baler would do 3 size balers from bales from 10k to 20k. So 10, 15, and 20k ones. So hopefully you enjoy it. And obviously then you've got the square baler on there as a wrapper as well, the SGA one that will do all of them if need be. But yeah, if anybody does have any trouble with any of the mods, also let us all know as well, and we'll get them fixed. At some point, I do want to get my little trailer up there. I'm waiting currently for some rocks to spawn to test out to see if they'll actually auto-load inside the actual trailer itself. Let's see where we're going in. You don't see me playing ETS2. I tip the trucks over every now and then. Only every now and then. I keep crashing the friggin' things. Oh. Actually, ETS is one game I've not tried yet. ATS, the American Truck Sim, that one I have tried. Yeah, and we'll just leave it at that, shall we say. Actually, I can do this probably a bit myself. There we go.
It's done already. I'm bit.
And also, if any of you guys are actually playing or play Fishing Planet as well, I think Mr. NBC Master Dad is going to be doing regular streams from now on, doing a bit of Fishing Planet. So make sure to check him out. He's doing some like a bit of competition with Big Daddy and stuff, doing some giveaways and all that. So yeah, definitely make sure to check that out. Took me forever to get it installed last night to try and join in, and yeah. Need to get some money and stuff sorted out in there. Some better kit. Try the baler. Missing grass. It could be that it's gone a little bit too fast. I know I dropped my speed down to about 20 kilometers an hour, whatever that is in miles an hour. You try and figure it, and I had no issues. So that maybe need a quick update just to drop that speed down. Is it possible to edit those balers so they could take the silage additive? That is something I have considered trying to figure out how to do it. I'd have to have a look at some other mods and stuff, like base game ones, and to try and get that tank added in without having any issues. But I know it can be done, so I'll give it a try one day, Bodine. I might have to even reach out to Mr. Reaper and have a chat with him. You've also got that in game. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, drop it down to about 20 kilometers an hour and see how you get on with that. It should be okay. I know when I first tested them, I was doing like 30 kilometers and it was perfectly fine. I tried it on here, I think it was the other day, and I ended up dropping it down to about 20. Hey Vortex, how you doing? And Eric?
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little strip of grass down the far end there that I cut again. Got a handful of bales. Actually, I can show you the bales themselves. They're one nice thing is obviously even though they've got a higher capacity, the actual weight and the mass of it is basically the base game size. So it turned out really well. I'm pleased with it. Actually, I was using BDB SSB's mowers that you did, the Nova Pack one, where you can connect the two together. I love it. Makes life a little bit easier. Got that field rolled, so that's done now. Got the other ones done as well the other day, so that's cool. I did add in some nice little fence. Whoa! I need to slow down on the line corner. About 12 miles an hour. Yeah, so yeah, drop it down to about 12 miles an hour. Give that a try, and maybe just up it a little bit and see how you get on. But yeah, it's kind of weird how the first like 3, 4, 5 tests it was perfectly fine, and then it starts missing bits. I have no idea. Right, come on, come on. Again, I've just clipped that. Ha ha ha, thank you very much. There we go. Yeah, what I was kind of thinking is obviously at some point I want, like I mentioned earlier, I want to remove the buildings and replace some of them. What I'm kind of thinking of doing is just having the road sweeping around and not actually, and then have sort of like a grass verge there. One thing as well I have noticed, I know a few other people have commented on it with the textures. Now I'm not sure if it's just the size of the map that's causing it or something else. Oh, Jedi Horn 19, thank you very much for that follow. I thought you already followed me, weird. Unless that was another Jedi Horn. Yeah, with some of these textures, as you can see, they're sort of pushing out an additional little
It's the blending
smudge.
on the texture. As
Yeah,
simple as that. It
yeah,
doesn't
it's
blend
nothing
well.
to worry about, but yeah. So that's all it is blending.
That's why I stopped using it, and then did most of the other roads in dirt. The other
Yeah,
dirt.
yeah, so don't
I
worry
don't
about
care
it.
for it.
Yeah, so obviously I'm not really bothered about it at the minute. Obviously, yeah, like I said, what I want to do is create just the one single path coming up and around past the house, and then have like maybe a fence and some grass here, and then going into the actual farmyard itself. But obviously that's going to be later on. I do need a little bit more money for that. But yeah, I've gone through, I've added in some nice fencing. Obviously I've left a bit of a gap so I can actually get into the fields. Yeah, I know you've been here before, which is very, very strange. Oh, how's that doing anyway? Think about it. That's fine. That is fine. I'm just going to take a little bit of a wander around, show you the area. I've got my chickens there. Getting there slowly. Obviously, like I mentioned the other day, the canine dog kennel has been sent over to Dave now. At some point, we do need to go through and fix the duck block, because that's seemingly throwing off L10N. The only thing I can see, actually, I had to look at it. The only thing is the function in the menu isn't working. I haven't actually placed it down, so I don't know if it's just that. Hang on. That Darius was on about. So if I come in here, there, construction, animals, others, duck pluck. So obviously the only thing that I can see, obviously I bring this up, there's no actual errors or warnings in the log there. But obviously in the bottom right there, it's just missing the function for the duck enclosure in the L10N.
In mod description, just change it so the function isn't an L10N link and just type in what it's supposed to be. And it should work.
The thing is, it's not even in the mod descript for an L10N anyway, because I looked earlier.
It isn't in there?
No. There's no
The
L10Ns in it
function?
at all, no. What it is, hang on, let me go over to the desktop, I'll show you exactly why that's thrown that. I actually spotted it straight away, and it was an edit, I don't know if it was something I did or something that Dave did, to be honest. But in the XML, right here under the function, it was L10N for that duck
That's what I
enclosure.
said.
Hang
Remove
on,
it.
hang on, hang on. But yeah, obviously in all the others, that isn't even there. Obviously I can't do it on here. But yeah, obviously that isn't there. It just says duck enclosure as a function. So
That's what I said. Change it to duck enclosure and done. You won't look for an L10N.
yeah. So yeah,
That's what
that'll
I
be
just
getting
said.
fixed.
Remove the
It's like,
function from there. Or register the L10N with it, one or the other.
because I'm sure I'll have to check the one that I sent up previously. I'm sure I had it just as a duck pen. Kind of weird. But anyways, righty, so that's fine over there. I sold all those silage bales I had in storage last week. Made a fair bit of money. Okay, this is going to take forever. Fast walk. Obviously, some of the fences still need to be added in. I do want to add in some more trees coming down here to connect this up. Obviously, I do have a gap up the far end, so that is going to be fine. Then bring obviously the fence further around. This field over here got obviously planted the last time. One thing I did totally forget to do is lime it, but thankfully the values are in the good range, so I'm happy with that. Same with this other field, but that weed is still doing my head in. But yeah, I got this one obviously sown with sugar beets the last time I got it. Obviously all three of those fields now rolled, which is kind of cool. Like it. I need to invest in one of those little Mahindras to get around. Try to think. I'm sure I put some more trees down, but I can't remember which ones it was. It might have been at the bottom of that other field, but yeah. Yeah, this is the area cut earlier today, actually. And obviously this is from the round baler. There's a couple of bits missing from turning around. But as you can see, 20,000 litre bales. Oh, I like it. And obviously the mass is only 890, which is the largest round bale there. It kicks it out. Alright, so let's have a look. So we do have, ooh, almost 14 pallets there. So let's get this lot loaded up. I did put another, obviously like I mentioned about the sawmill one there as well. That's got a fair few, so hopefully today I might actually be able to get that bridge finished off. So let's turn that time down before it goes too far. I think I've got enough there actually now. We'll find out in a bit. Oh, oops. Miles away. Oh, no, got it. And Forever Nooble, that is. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome on in, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Didn't even hear the alert go off for that one. Kind of
I think
weird.
it's Forever Noob.
Forever Noob, yeah.
No, the last is the exclamation point.
Yeah, that's true. One thing, out of curiosity, is the game loud for you guys? I hope it's not, because I'm not. I don't want to be too loud. I might turn it down just a fraction. We'll save that there. Hopefully that's not too bad. Yeah, for some reason I cannot hear many of these alerts going off. It's really, really weird today. Either that or my daughter's been playing around with some of my headphones settings. I don't know. It has happened.
Yes, sir, Eric. Everyone should pass it.
No. Okay. What happen when the bridge is built? Will everyone be able to cross, even if it... Yeah, you should be able to. Obviously, if you're on a server, and yeah, once it's built, it's built. You should be able to use it regardless.
Yeah, we've already tested that during testing phase on our
Yeah.
server with Surfing.
See, if I was on a server, what I'd probably do is set up a toll for anybody to who went
If you
over
built
it.
it, right?
Yeah, you have to pay to get across my bridge.
Right.
Let me. But I'm really cruel that way. That's another thing that Dave could technically add in. And the Guru, thank you very much for the follow again. That is really, really weird. I'm sure you've been here a few times before and already followed. I think Twitch is really having a funny 5 minutes. Let me do that. There we go. But yeah, how are you doing there, the Guru? Oops.
Yeah.
How's it going there, Veldian? I'm doing pretty good, thanks. On the last stretch of hopefully getting my first bridge finally built.
With the toll bridge.
Yeah.
With the toll booth.
Yeah, because obviously on PV County we had obviously the toll, didn't we, or whatever it was on the roads. That'd be kind of cool if we had that sort of something similar for the bridges. Pay to get over. Oh.
Thanks for the raid.
And holy heck, the Guru raiding with a party of 10 welcome in raiders. Hopefully you had a great stream, bud. And obviously welcome in. Obviously we are on PV Canyon Crossing by Mr. Dajnet, who's actually in chat with us at the minute. I think he's actually playing on the map himself. But we also have Mr. T Miller with us and Master 86U, and finally Mr. Amethyst Neon. And obviously, if you guys are not following the Guru, make sure to click on the link that T Miller posted there. Actually, let's do you again, just to be special.
Yeah.
Guru.
Okay.
Oh, it's 3, isn't it? It's not 2. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Jaren. Yeah, there is the link. Make sure to give him a follow and check him out when he next goes live. There we go. Out of interest, what map are you currently on there, the Guru? Had to follow before I could raise. Oh, I was okay, yeah, it's really weird. There's been a couple of people today having to re-follow for some weird reason. I think it's just Twitch being twitchy. But yeah, welcome in, peeps. Eastern North Carolina. Ooh. How are you enjoying that? Darn autocorrect. Yeah. Actually, I need to see how much I need, actually. Let's have a look. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. Now, I've got a vehicle permanently parked over here at the bridge, so I can just tap over. Right, so we need, what's that, 26 wood beams and 18 long planks. Okay.
Mr. Guru, I think everyone has that problem.
The map is for my bank managers. Yeah, definitely everyone's got that issue.
Yeah.
I know Darius started off with like 12 million bank loan. He's got most of that paid off, actually, from what I remember. I've now actually cleared my loan off finally, so everything I've
I
got.
haven't gotten one yet. When I buy something, do a contract or two.
Yeah, obviously silage bales on here is definitely a good way to go. For definite. Oh, oops. Come on, there we go. But yeah, usually when I want to take a loan out, this is how I've kind of got mine going. If I need it to or want to buy a plot of land, I'll take the loan out and then pay it back again later. But only if I know I'm going to be able to actually pay it back, which is really kind of cool. Obviously, I do have that. Was it bank management mod that Darius has been using as well installed, so helps manage the payments and stuff a little bit easier. And Mythcast 25, thank you very much for that follow, and obviously welcome in as well. Started Alcoa factory, woohoo, well done. So you'll be heading off to get some galena. Is it galena? No, copper and bauxite soon then. Enhanced loan system, that's the one, yep. Obviously if you haven't seen this, it kind of helps you regulate your payments and stuff if you've got a loan. Obviously, see that's oh, that's interesting. See now it says I've got no loan at all there. But if I come into here, it's actually saying that I got $2,465,000 loan. Obviously, I haven't actually played around with any of the settings on this, but you can extend or reduce the payment periods with this. You can pay it back even quicker if you want by doing like special redemptions and stuff.
You didn't get the notice that they switched your account to another bank?
Seems like it. But yeah, very
Oh,
cool.
I don't have a loan. Oh,
Yeah.
2.5 million.
Mm. That's the thing. Yeah, I thought I had, to be honest, but it's weird how it didn't show up in the loan there. Oh, I need to turn that off. It's going to do my head in. But yeah, you come into obviously here where you got your finances. It doesn't state that. You should keep it here, I think. But the nice thing is
Don't
it
want you
doesn't.
to be able to repay it there because then you won't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just have it as a number where you can. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously with it, you can actually pay rather than getting like your payments taken out each day or whatever. It'll actually accumulate it into one monthly payment, literally like real life. So that is one nice thing about it. Must be cheating or fast time a lot to get that far. What? What are you on about?
Talking
With
about
the
Oh, Lost
Alcoa.
Guardian. Yeah, he is cheating like
Yeah,
a trooper.
he's not playing. He's not playing the map. He'll be done in a couple weeks. He's already on the end stages.
Yep.
Congratulations, you finished. Now go away.
Pretty sure if I grabbed and moved pallets like that at work. Yeah, you probably would. Obviously, I would. I definitely. Obviously, I've been a forklift driver for many years, and I definitely wouldn't pick them up that way. I'd probably double
Alcoa is
stack them
like
and then.
one of the last factories to make.
Yeah.
I will be making Alcoa for the next 8 to 10 months,
Oh cripes,
probably.
yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, I think because of Lost Guardian, what we should do is go through all the factories and drop them by like, what, 10-20%, so they're a lot slower. And if anybody complains, they can blame it on Lost Guardian. uh, yeah, so obviously, at the minute, the way that the buildable part of the factories is set up, if you're running...
It's the reason why he's lost, apparently.
Yeah, a 1 day. Because obviously I tested it with a 1 day month season. And it took me around about, what, 2 to 2.5 days for most of those productions. And I think that's a very realistic number. So yeah, just bear in mind it is going to take a while to build those factories if you're running on a higher setting. 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. Ooh, I think it might be a little bit short, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, obviously if I was doing this in real life, what I'd probably do is pick them up singularly and then stack them up like that. The only problem is, the way I've got my autoload trailer set up, obviously I'm having to hand load it, and obviously I've mentioned that a few times to you guys. It doesn't always pick up the ones that are above, so if I had them double stacked, it wouldn't recognise those ones that are above, so yeah. 5 more beams and... okay. There we go. I think close. Very, very close. I've got plenty of nails ready there to come over. Metal, that's all there. So I only need like 10 pallets of each, so yeah, I am really looking forward to getting that bridge built. It'll be my first proper achievement on the map, I think. But yeah, if you did this in real life, those pallets would just be boom, crashed down, ball up, wall. Yeah. And yeah, I could probably get those other two on there, should be fine. There we go. 2. Oh, that is perfect, I think. Right. take this lot over. And we'll see. Go. Du-du-du-du-du. So at the minute I am storing up my resin. So at some point I want to get the glue factory down, drywall and all that as well. There we go. That way. Come on, spin around. Yeah, this is my main focus right now, is get this friggin' bridge finally done. Then I can just chill and then focus on what I'm going to be doing next. I haven't quite decided yet. So when I start getting into some of those bigger, like the tier 2 productions that are on the map, but whether I want to build a bridge, the next bridge over, that's going to be the fun part. Deciding whether to do or not quite yet. Obviously the sawmill's there, I can just leave that running, top up every now and again, so maybe this time next year I'll have enough product in the sawmill to do that second bridge. Oh. Righty. Let's see how we do, Oh, dang it. Right, so, what did I say, 26 pallets of beams, okay. With that trailer, do you need to use a forklift? Catch the triggers. No, obviously with the triggers, if you drive over them, most of the pallets like that will be taken. Obviously when picking up, you will need to constantly keep auto-loading the pallets on if they're not all together. So obviously if you have the pallet next to that spawn trigger, each time the pallets spawn in, you'll have to do the old Shift R to auto-load them on. Unfortunately there's no way of leaving it on for pallet auto-loading. Obviously with bale collecting, you can actually do, I think it's Control Shift or Shift and Alt or something like that, and R, I can never remember, it's in the key bindings. And it'll automatically leave that script running to auto-load the bales on. Control Shift R, yeah that's the one, Smokeless Joe, thank you. But yeah, it's kind of a shame you can't leave it on permanently for the pallets. But yeah, obviously the way I've got mine set up, I'm having to force myself to manually load the pallets on with a forklift, so I'm kind of pushing it to more realistic, I suppose, ish. Gameplay.
To offset? Is that to offset the million capacity
Yes.
combine?
Yeah. So I don't feel guilty about my cheaty combine in the balers. So is this a custom map? Yes, it is. It's a very, very custom map by Mr. Dajna, who's in chat with us at the minute. So, and how you doing there, Big CMD? Let me spin this around a sec. One sec. And I will show you the map. So this is actually a map called PV Canyon Crossing. It's PC only. And obviously it is a 16x sized map, so it's 16 times the size of a base game map. To give you an idea, that is the map itself, and a base game map is roughly the size of Field 9, give or take. So there you go, that's the size of the map in comparisons. Obviously on this map, for anyone who has not seen it, oh, good, thanks, new to Farm Sim. Oh, cool. So, yeah, what I'd recommend actually is going on to like Elm Creek, one of the base game maps first, before even thinking of tackling a map like this. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen it, who came in with the raids. Obviously, it is a multi-fruit map. It's got tons and tons of productions on here. There's mining on here, and yeah, a heck of a lot more. Let's put it that way. The balers are already on trailer board. Yes, they are. The combine as yet, no, because I'm still making one or two little tweaks to that. So I will get it up there at some point. But yeah, you've got the base game crops as normal, for anyone who hasn't seen it. But we do have the additional ones of flax, rice, carrot, hemp, cranberries, mustard, lavender, peanuts, poppies, peas, alfalfa, hops, and coffee, which are on the vine, kind of like the base game grapes and stuff, olives, similar to that. You also have onion, tobacco, clover, and then there's also what Mr. Dagenet's done is created a whole variety of orchard products that are trees that you can place in the same way you would your grapes and vines like that. And this basically got maple trees, you got apples, cherries, pears, oranges, plums, apricots, peaches, banana, basically all this right here. That is literally, there's 3 pages worth of crops on this that you can plant and place and stuff. Obviously, right over here, if you haven't seen them, all of these trees along this road are the maple sap trees. These ones right here. And you can literally, if I come into here, I'll actually show you exactly how you do it. You go into your production, into your orchards, and as you can see, you got your hops right there that you can place down. You can harvest them, and they go into productions. Obviously, you got coffee, which is on exactly the same way. Obviously, you need the Jackto coffee harvester off the in-game mod hub for that. But then, obviously, going into the orchard trees, and obviously, like I said, there you got your maple orchard trees, which is literally these ones right here. The other ones I've got around the farm at the minute is the apples, and they're set up exactly the same. There is harvesters that set up to do it. These are actually built into the map, so unfortunately they're not a external mod or be able to add it to other maps. You got cherries. Nope, don't place that. And then obviously scrolling through, you do have all those other ones there as well, and ending on your pecans. So very, very cool. But yeah, if you're on PC, yeah, I'd recommend trying out some of the base game maps first of all. Run through the tutorials. Oops. Get a familiarity, and then look at coming into these big 16x maps, because it can be very overwhelming for some people. I think even for some of the veterans out there, with this map, some of them are even getting a little bit confused over things, and yeah. But I see 2 lumber buildings there, Billy, which 2? So obviously the one right in front of me there, that is the EC, or the Elm Creek sawmill. I've just placed that one down myself. It's in the pack. Obviously off of the Silver Run Platinum DLC buildables, I've got that one right there. Actually, I'll show you which one it is. Going to construction. Obviously this one here is, where is it? Right there. That one there, the little sawmill. Obviously that's helped out a lot just to get some of those there. And then obviously going into the PV mod stuff, and that's another thing as well with this map. Obviously Mr. Dagenet has created their own categories for all the mods. Obviously there is additional animals on here. You got goats, ducks, dogs, deer, cats hopefully in the future, and a few other things. So yeah, great fun. And obviously that Elm Creek one, I think, is still on the tier 2 if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, right, yeah, right there. So there's the Elm Creek one, the sawmill. That's the 2 that I'm currently using. Obviously there is the main sawmill built into the map as well, for anyone who wants to get that far, but I haven't quite got that far yet. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out. So any videos I can watch, I've seen some people say some mods. The best place really to check out the game really is YouTube. There's lots of videos on there. In addition, just before I take a quick break, let me go change to my desktop. On the Farming Simulator website, get the right link. There we go. And I'll post this in chat for you. No worries there, Queen Chris. How you doing, bud? By the way, on here, there's this little thing called the tutorials. Okay, if you actually have a bit of an issue trying to figure things out, and this is actually for anybody, even those who have been playing for quite a while, this is actually a great thing to have up nearby. It actually gives you information on what's going on in the map, how to do things, how to do your crops, how to do your animals and stuff like that, size of your forestry. Obviously, some of this stuff is being updated always. Actually, I don't remember that ever being in here, but obviously they have added in obviously tree markers from the Platinum DLC. The breakable rocks, obviously that's one thing that we've got on this map as well, is breakable rocks, and it's done exactly the same way. You just use the rock breaker, and you can break some rocks on here. Also, you don't have the fag. Oh, that was something. Did you see that post that Yoshio put on the Trello, Dave?
No.
There's a obviously I doubt it'll be able to be changed, but there's a bear's butt sticking out of a rock somewhere on the map.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. That's really funny as heck.
You gotta chop that rock to get it. I
Oh,
heard about it,
yeah.
and I
That's
said,
so
"Oh,
funny.
that's cool that you can't get it until you chop the rock."
I know, that is really,
So I'm leaving them that way.
it is cool, it's cool. But yeah, this gives you a whole array of different helpful hints and tips and stuff about the map, including obviously the orchards, the grapes and your olives and stuff there. So definitely check that out. Also, YouTube as well. There's a lot of people who stream. Check out different channels as well. They're great resources for getting instant help as well. Big CMD. So yeah, and obviously we're streaming not 24, almost 24/7 as well. Also, Mr. Dajnet will be going live later on if you've got any questions. But yeah, keep in mind if you are on console. Yeah, obviously another thing is a lot of the script mods are not allowed on console. So yeah, PC users will probably have mods that console guys won't. So yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do is take a quick break because I do want to check on my wife. So, I am going to just leave it there for the minute. Let me go to my intermission screen and I will be back in just a couple of minutes when I go grab a drink, see how the wife's doing, and hopefully be back in a bit.
I'm
Doing
gonna head out,
good,
Billy.
going.
Take care, okay? I'm gonna hit the wrap.
Alright, Timo, well, thanks for popping
Yeah.
in as
Good
well.
night,
Much
everybody in
appreciated.
chat. Good night,
Catch you
everybody.
later.
Yep.
And obviously, make sure to catch Mr. T. Miller, guys, when he streams as well. Obviously, he's great at answering questions if you have any. T. Miller 63, and there's his link. And you're on PC as well? Yeah, okay. So I don't think you have too many limitations, really. So, but yeah, like I said, I will be back in just a couple of minutes, guys. Alright guys, I am back. So Smokeless Joe is heading off to work as well. Okay, thank you very much for popping in and hope you have a great day at work. Or evening, night, afternoon, whatever it might be for you. Right, that one. And Lindon, UCF, thank you very much for that follow. Much appreciated and welcome on in. Where on the map is the built-in sawmill? So the sawmill PFs is up here. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Obviously got the container cell point. It's literally right across from it. When it stops saving, I can zoom in a little bit more. I think it's plot 91, 92, something like that, if I remember rightly. So right there. Yeah, 91. Actually, I can jump over there. And for anyone who hasn't seen the sawmill, it's actually a lovely one, to be honest. I like it. It's obviously off of one of Dave's old maps. It is a beautiful looking sawmill. So there's the sawmill itself. You've got the spawning areas over here. So very open. You've got a forest. Oh, excuse me, a forest close by as well. You could technically use one of the yarders and just load it up straight from the forest if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure it would go that far, so yeah. One thing to bear in mind where these roofs are quite low, I know Mr. Darius Frost was just about able to do it with a forklift, so just bear in mind which forklift you go for. I think he went for the smaller of the two Manitous, and it just fits in there. So yeah, this one here I think he's currently using. This one's a little bit too high to go underneath. I could have sworn I was following you already. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I think 3 or 4 people already have mentioned that today and had to refollow. So I'm not sure what in the heck is going on. Maybe Twitch being twitchy again. Can we have a farm tour? Okay, so now with this particular map, you do have multiple starts on it. Obviously, like I was saying earlier, one thing I would definitely not really recommend is someone new to the game jumping straight in. You get too overwhelmed. So have a play on one of the base game maps first of all. But yeah, I am more than willing to show the map off because it is a lovely map to be honest. So going up. So yeah, so there is the sawmill. So if we start here, to give you an idea of where I am, obviously there is the map. I'm obviously on that little hook sort of shaped bit. So from here, you sort of come around the bay, you got some breakable buildings. Yes, you heard it, breakable buildings. So with this map you do need the Platinum DLC. In that pack there is the Rock Breaker, and you can use that on these. There's also some mods out there you can use as well, but you can buy the land, break each of these buildings here and remove them. You could actually replace them with factories if you wanted to. Coming around, we've got a coal power plant. Obviously this is something more for later game really, so don't really worry about having to purchase it and get it up and running. Obviously right down here is a container cell point. You can actually drive your boats around. Yes, there is boats on here for anyone who misheard me there. Yes, it does have boats that work on this map that float on the waters. You can unload at the sawmill there with containers if you wanted to, with the logs to fill it up and sell. The same with this here. You can unload onto the dock and then just throw them into there if you wanted to. As I mentioned earlier, the stone crusher, or the crusher that's built in, this one right here, will be getting an update this week. Hopefully when Dave puts the update out. Basically what I've done, just in front of this area here, obviously when you buy it, you'll be able to put the big rock boulders into it. Just in front, you can actually unload now. There is a second trigger being added, so if I bring this up, you can just about see it. Yeah, you can just about see it. It's just above the line there. Only just, to be honest. Yeah, so you can actually put in the rocks that you get from the fields, or the stones from the fields, plus from the mine, okay? And that will also do the same as the small stone processor. And also you get your limestone, calcium carbonate out of it, and your gypsum. But obviously this is another like later game one, but obviously you do need to own the land first for that. Let me get rid of that. Do you have to build buy the land that the sawmill is on to use it? Yes, you will have to. Yes, and that's with the same for every production on this map. If you want to use a factory, you will need to own the land it's on. Oh, silly thing. Before being able to use it and build it and such. There is several of these little ponds around. Obviously, at the minute, the in-game players, like the NPCs, are currently on them, but they will fill up with water and clay. I was going to say silt there for a minute, but yeah, wrong one. Hey, Kilroy, how you doing? Obviously, once you own that pond or that water area, you will actually be able to take a wheel loader or a bucket or something and pick these up, and obviously that will then go into the brick factory to make bricks. Right, so let's just work my way around. Obviously, there is many of these different little silos around the waterways. They're basically for loading your grain and your mining materials to get them around the map a little bit easier using the boats if you wanted to. Obviously, to start off with, you do get a barge that you can drive onto and drive around. There's some more buildings here that you can break up. Obviously, there's a lot of additional things in here. So obviously, like for instance, lots of little forestries around to break the map up. There's also like dead forests, like this one here. Actually, within some of these forests, there is big animal collectibles in them. So if you can find them, grab them while you can. There's bears, there's deer, elk, you name it in the forest, as well as some crocodiles in the swamps. So obviously we are up north here. Obviously this is my main farm area, and this is where one of the starter farms is. You do start up with these 3 fields right here. Obviously I've expanded out. I've purchased some more land over here, the forest and stuff. It's getting there slowly. Around the map as well, while I remember, there is little areas of productions and stuff like that. The reason it's been set up that way is so it keeps your frame rates down. So rather than having everything in one little area, obviously what Dave's done is basically place them strategically around the map in little clumps here, there and everywhere. Obviously it does mean a little bit of transporting if you want to do it the more realistic way, but yeah, it is perfectly fine. You can set them to also distribute, and obviously the products will go to the next factory. Obviously bear in mind with the buildables, yes, for anybody who missed it, buildables like this one right here, there's 1, 2, 3, was that maybe 4 or 5 factories here that are buildable. And obviously when you come in initially, this is all you'll see is a blank area with a fence around it and a billboard. Actually, while I'm here, I can check these billboards to make sure that their collisions have been removed. What's the best place to start as a solo player? You have a couple of... Yeah, there's was it 5 farms plus a couple additional starts on here. Me personally, I started in the middle. Obviously the same as Dave right here. But you do have a farm over here. I think there's one up here. Another farm up on top of the mountain here. I think it's connected to that one as well, actually. And I believe there's another one just down here. So it depends on you, really. How do you want to start? One thing I would probably say is maybe load up each of the different starter options. Obviously, there's one for the servers as well. So I don't think you'll be able to actually run that as a single player. But any of the 4, 5, 6, let's see, 4, 5, There's 6 other starts. Try them all out individually. See what suits you best. Personally, I'd always go with that one myself, but that's just me. Until I understand the map and that, and then maybe go somewhere else. Each farm is set up differently, different equipment, so it's really kind of helpful as well that way. There's a like John Deere, there's Case, Class, you name it, New Holland. All, so yeah, it just depends on you. But yeah, going back to this just quickly as well. Obviously, there is buildables, and this is literally how they're going to look. Obviously, one way to show them is that obviously I can hit the F5 and you actually see the skeleton of the building there. Yeah. Obviously, all you have to do is literally build up the factories, or the pre-factories, I suppose, like the glass and all the other ones that's needed, concrete, obviously the sawmill. Put them into the trigger. Obviously, one thing that's been mentioned tons and tons and tons of times before is when you're building these, at least leave one product left out until the very, very last. So I'd look at the list there and maybe choose one of these 25,000 litre ones till very, very last. For the simple fact, as soon as that last one goes in, that is going to start building. But yeah, obviously you do have to purchase the land first. Thank you, Pompies. Before you can do that. Obviously, once that starts building, this trigger here is actually going to start raising up and prevent you from putting any more into that trigger. So just bear in mind, and you will not be able to distribute to this trigger either for the buildable side. Obviously, because of Giant's physics, and it's been mentioned in pretty much every stream so far, and might as well mention it again for anyone new, there is a slight buffer on this buildable side of things. So if a pallet, obviously with Giant's pallet physics, if you ever noticed that sometimes you'll put a product in, and it will come up maybe 2 or 3 sort of liters short. Obviously we've counted for that, so we've actually dropped the build side of things, so it'll actually physically stop building, well, visually stop building, should say. At a certain point, the fence will disappear. It'll still be building slightly, but you will be able to go in and use it as a actual factory, just to finish off with those last little bits. There's another one here, so I use Wolfies. Yeah, that one's fine as well. So that's exactly the same again. Put your products in, and it'll build. But like I said, it is around about 2 to 2.5 in-game months, I suppose is the best way to put it, rather than days. Obviously, I set it mine when I was testing to a 1-day season. Yeah, that was fine as well. So yeah, just bear that in mind. It's a slow but realistic look. Obviously, around the map there is multiple buildings built in. Obviously, you've got the bakery there that's extended. It's got additional products into it. These houses themselves, when you purchase them, you'll actually be able to get labour out of them, so workers for your factories. Obviously, you do have to supply them with electricity first of all, before that. You also get trash, and obviously that can be then sent over to the landfill just to be turned back into electric. Obviously, you got multiple sell points around the map, like Taco Bell here. You got Home Depot, buildings like this, and the baseball field help with like community points and stuff to go into your factories to give you boosters. One thing to bear in mind with these fuel stations, obviously that's one thing as well. There's no buyable fuel on the map like you would say Elm Creek. You have to make it or use a like a placeable that you can buy it temporarily to get this up and running. But these Shell stations, with these, they're kind of like a storage but a refill storage type thing, if you get my meaning. So you can actually unload your fuel into here. Obviously, once you buy the land, you can do this. Obviously, put your fuel in there, and then inside the forecourt here is where you can actually refill your vehicles. So it kind of becomes a little bit more realistic rather than just driving up and buying it. You can actually produce it. Obviously, you got obviously other productions around here. So yeah, all of these do have a purpose. So just bear that in mind. I think this is one of the areas I'll be maybe looking into, because obviously we've got the grain mill up here, the sugar factory and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's that. But like I said, there is multiple little areas like this around the map. So this is heading along the top end of the map now. So let's come up here, bring this up. So just heading past a few fields down towards the desert, and obviously the desert is something that's going to be very, very late on. Obviously in the desert, like in PV County and from FS19, there is oil wells. If I remember rightly, it's about 20 oil wells. And obviously what you're going to need to do is clear that sand to find those wells. It's basically big black spots in the desert. Obviously, excuse me. With those black spots, what you're going to basically do is build pump jacks to go onto them to produce crude oil or pump out crude oil. Obviously they come from black diamond, and obviously black diamond is going to need multiple materials from different factories around the map, and obviously they need to be built as well. Obviously I think black diamond is one of the few that doesn't need to be built. But yeah, there's tons of sand. I know that a couple of people have actually started up in this area with gold masters. They've got about 5 or 6 all lined up producing gold, which is kind of cool. Any other way the why your first spreader says empty tank when I try and hire a helper? I have no idea. That's very strange. And I take it there's stuff in there, yeah? Yeah, I'm not sure why it would come up saying that. I'll have to maybe have a look in. Maybe something's been missed in the AI worker thingy. Yeah, no, I've never had an issue, but yeah, I'll have a look and see what's going on with that. So yeah, just carrying on quickly with the map. Obviously, you do have these little storage areas as well. Obviously, this is for your crude oil to go into. But yeah, I'll have a look at that fittest and let you know. Where do you get the mods from? So, if you want the map in the mod pack, you can go onto the SGA Trello board. So, exclamation mark Trello. SGA, should say. That is horrible. That is very, very horrible. Yeah. Basically, on there is Mr. Dajnet's mods, with the mod folder switcher. That is the best way of getting the map, to be honest. It's a little program he created to make life a little bit easier for managing your maps and stuff. Obviously, if you search out my YouTube channel, there is a tutorial on how to install it, set it up, and everything. Yep. There's also all the other mods and stuff on there. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, or briefly, there is fishing on this map as well. And this is one area. Obviously, I haven't gotten through even anywhere near this yet. But this area, you drop in some empty lobster pots or cages, and you can, within a few hours to maybe a day, you'll have full ones that you can then use later on. But there's fishing boats here. There's tons of different things. So obviously, if I come back up, obviously we're just down from the desert. That's literally just over there. So we'll come across here. We do have another little area farm here. I think this is the one that Darius actually started at. And obviously you get a few sheds to start off with. There's a few fields, but I think it's 1 or 2 fields here to start off with. Bit of a forestry area. There's some mine further down there. We'll head down here. This is sort of coming into the central-ish area of the map. Obviously, what you will see around the map is these little things right here. There's 6 of these, and this is the bridges. There's 6 buildable bridges. Obviously, I'm currently working on one from the main farm across. What category is the new fuel maker in? If you're on about the one that Surfing did, it's in a tier 1. I never reloaded, did I, to show that off. Should be tier 1, Bodine. But yeah, like I said, there's 6 of these bridges around that you can build. Obviously you need concrete, wood beams, long planks, nails and metal. Obviously once you've got all that in there, you'll then have a bridge that goes right across. And there, like I said, there is 6 dotted around the map that you've got to build. Actually, there's one right there. There's another one here, coming from that side. Obviously you do need to own the land first before you can do them. And obviously the one I'm currently working on is from over there, where the starter farm is, to the vehicle shop. So this is kind of like the central area of the map. Once again, you do have buildable areas, factories and stuff. While I'm here, I'm just going to double check all of these don't have a collision. Yep, that's good. Bam. That one's fine. Let's go slower. Yep, that's fine. See, it was this one that was mentioned, I think, yesterday, the concrete factory. Yeah, so you should be able to go straight through that afterwards. All I did is basically what it was is in here it's got a different, like a little layer in there, and I just missed 1 or 2 of the collisions. Obviously, if I was actually down at ground level, obviously you get the collision from the fence, so you can't actually physically get in anyway. So yes, fun and games. So around here, also we've got pallet storage over here. Once again, you do have to own the land before you can use it. Bauer Logistics. Obviously the unloading, if you're going to use it, unloading around the back, and then you load onto the front here. There is pushers actually on here, but they do work and everything, I think. I'm sure I left them on there. I'll have to double check. I might have taken them out actually. But they spawn out on the dock anyway, so you should be fine with that. But yeah, you'll have a little trigger in the front here for where you spawn them. Obviously, I've mentioned it before, on the left hand side is going to be mostly products that are going into other productions. The right hand side is going to be mainly for products that you've got in storage that can go to sell points if you want to store stuff up. And it's got a pretty good capacity on that as well. There's another one there. So coming over here, we do have a brick factory. Obviously, that's where you're going to be taking your clay to, amongst other things. Obviously, like I mentioned, you do have to make your own fuel on this map, like all DashNet maps. And obviously, this is a placeable that I've placed here. Like obviously, I think Darius put one in here as well. He uses different crops that's in the game to make the fuel. Actually, if I come over here and come into the trigger, I can show you. So this particular one does corn, sunflower, sorghum, and sugarcane, and turns that into diesel. Obviously, I do have electricity and labour currently boosted in my lines, which is kind of nice. So I'm getting a 50% boost. So after, well, actually, that's how much I've created over a couple months. It's very slow going. So there's that. Also we've got a bank here, sell point next door to that. There's another sell point here coming around. Let's come over back over here. Kind of here, there, and everywhere. This is the vehicle shop, customly made for this map, which is very cool. You can actually go into it as well if you wanted to. Obviously, most of your vehicles are going to spawn either over there on the ramp or over here. It's a very good size area actually. Obviously, one thing to bear in mind, if you are spawning in boats, so if I come in here, obviously you've got your category for boats. There is a lot of different sized boats. Obviously, I've still not updated this pack yet. We'll do it at some point. But things like the oil carrier, the container ship, the grain barge, they are huge. So for example, as you can see, you can't actually physically see the whole thing. As it's so big, make sure that this area is fully clear of everything, because it might get lost otherwise when you spawn that in. One nice thing as well to bear in mind, if you are using the container ship as well, Hispano Modern has a crane and container pack that can work really well with that container ship. I do know that he's planning on a flatbed version coming out soon for his containers, and they're going to be using the same sort of scripting as 82 Studios use with the TLXs. So I think that's going to make life a lot easier for transporting some of the pallets and stuff around as well. I know T Miller is looking at or was shown off this morning, a mod on the in-game mod hub that basically allows you to create like a deck type thing up here, which make it life a little bit easier for loading and unloading. So coming around a little bit more, obviously we've got the museum. Obviously at some point these are going to be updated regularly, depending on Mr. Dajnet's subs and stuff like that. Also we've got the animal dealer, where you buy all your animals. Obviously animals on this map, you get baby animals, which is the main feature. But obviously there is ducks, goats, dogs, deer, some point cats, so a whole variety of different animals that you can use. Some are just to grow up and sell, some are to actually go into production, so like the cashmere and stuff like that. Obviously sell point, you got PMS over here, obviously that's the packaging machine supplies, obviously it's a recycling center. This is something else, it's more late game but you could get it going pretty quickly. Obviously one nice thing is with these breakable buildings you get rubble out of them. They can actually be put into this to create different products that can be used in the factories. So yeah, there's, as you can see, there's a heck of a lot of buildings just around here that you can break up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh geez, about 20 buildings right there that you could break down and recycle basically. Obviously coming up here, coming into the mine area. As you can see, they've got all these rocks around the area. These can actually be broken up using that rock breaker. Very, very cool. Hey, how's it going there, bud? Welcome in. I'm gonna butcher your name and say Nick, hopefully. Obviously, these are some productions that I've placed down, but as you can see, more silos again. Obviously, that one over there is for your grains. This is for your mining materials, if you want to transport it by boat. But yeah, all of these rocks around the map, like these, can be broken up and then used. Obviously, some could be stone, some could be gravel, so just bear that in mind. Obviously, the mine itself has a layer of stone all the way around it that you can use to put into your productions to get your lime and limestone and stuff. Also, we've got some coal mine here. Obviously, to access it, you do have to break down these walls and get into it. Can the old factory buildings be demolished? Not the factories themselves, but those ones I just shown that have that funny distance texture on. Oh, sorry, just taking a drink there. These ones here, these can be broken down. Obviously, you do have to purchase the land first of all before you can do that, like anything on here. But yeah, these ones here, plus all of these ones over here, and there's several other areas around the map that you can do that to break them down. It's very, very cool. So yeah, but basically all of these ones here in the plots, no. But yeah, coming into the mine, just quick briefly. Obviously, you got the coal there. Oh, thank you, dear. Give me. There. I'm stuck to the bottom. Right. And we've got some cobalt on this map. We've got sand. You've got gravel. You name it. Everything has been thought of. But it's a lot of material. One thing to bear in mind, there is so much on here that should last you a long time. So, yeah. Another thing as well, with some of these mine areas, like this one here, obviously, and this one here, initially they will have this cover over the top. You can actually sell that if you own the mine area. Obviously, for me, I obviously just sold that to access this area a little bit easier. And the nice thing is it gave me a little area that I could actually place down my gold master, so I didn't have to run too far away. The same can be done with this one right here. As you can see, there is the doorway right here. Obviously, you've got to break this to get into the mine itself. But then once you've done that, you can actually sell off the top if you wanted to, or you could just leave it if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. But there's another rock that can be broken there. So coming up around the back here, we're coming into some more farm area, and obviously there is another area over there that has your production, some more buildings and stuff, sell points and that. Lots of fields. This is the biggest field on the map, field number 9. I know a lot of people are doing contracts on it at the minute. I think somebody was doing contract earlier, a cotton contract. I've seen people saying they've been doing potatoes on here. I think, oh my god. And obviously that is like the size of a standard size map, really, that whole field. So down the bottom here there is another farm. And just quickly whizzing around. Don't want to take too much more of the time on here, so let's up this a bit. Oh, went too far. Dang it. But yeah, lots and lots to do on this map, and if you get bored, you're definitely playing the wrong one. 21 hours to cultivate with the starter equipment in the southeast farm. Holy heck, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not a fast-paced map, that's for sure. But there you go, I've actually got that set to, as you've seen, oh, wrong menu, 14 times speed. And I'm obviously got the shift key placed down as well. It hardly looks like I'm even moving. As you can see, there's another forestry here. Some more of those breakable rocks, so there's plenty to go around. So, yes, I think that's pretty much most of the map covered. Like I said, there is, what, 5 or 6, well, 5 farms, I think 6 starter options, maybe 7, can't remember. But yeah, lots and lots to do. Obviously, 2 things currently that aren't in the map is, one is the fairground. That's going to be this one right here, where it's going to be placed. Obviously, at the minute it does have this placeholder. It's basically a fence with some sign saying coming soon. Please do not delete it or put anything in this area, because obviously once the fairgrounds is sorted out, it'll be coming in and replacing this whole area. Obviously the border on the east side as well, we'll be getting that update at some point. So try not to get into that either. But I don't think you can actually access it anyway. So, but yeah, especially with the fairgrounds, leave that area alone for the minute until we get on do that. But there we go. So we're back on my farm here. Here's my little sawmill, because this is what I want to try and get the rest of those bits done. So hopefully that helps show you a little bit about the map. But obviously, watching it on a stream and actually being on it in your own save game is completely different as well. So just bear that in mind. Whee! There we go. My tablet's on for 25 minutes. What reconnect? Pause you a sec. But yeah, at the minute, I think, let's have a little look, because I haven't even got a clue how long I've been on it. So, me personally, so far, I have done 71 hours. And obviously, I'm on to my 2nd year. So, it's getting there slowly. Obviously, I have found 4 collectibles out of 154. So, blimey. Lots still to do, that is for sure. That is definitely for sure. Right, so I need to get me other planks sorted out. Wood beams, should say. What did I? Can anybody remember how many I said for that I needed? Was it 2? Because I can't remember. 26. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it today. Got 2, 16, and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 25, 27. Ooh. Ooh. I think I've got enough. I've got 1 extra, I think, there. If I counted that right. So hopefully 25, yeah. 20, yeah, I've got 27 if I counted that right. I think it's 26 I needed. So hopefully, if I can get this lot sorted out, I'll grab the barge, I'll go over, get the rest of those nails and the metal brought over, and I think before the end of the stream I might be able to get that started building. So that would be really, really cool. Also, I don't want to go too far ahead, excuse me, because obviously next month, so April, I will be needing to get in and plant some maize or corn into my field. Actually, while that's respawning, we jump between the other one, grab them. Come on. Yeah, that would be cool. I love my first bridge done. I know Darius is on to, I think it's his 2nd bridge now, if I remember rightly. So he went for the bridge 1 further up, I think it is, isn't it? So that's kind of cool. Come on. Second, yeah, I thought it was he was on to his 2nd now. But yeah, please guys as well, remember with those nails, oh, unless you're really glutton for punishment, try and fill them into a tipper or something, because it will obviously cause a lot of lag. See, if you were watching Darius Frost earlier, he had like 100 odd pallets of nails being transported across his map, and it was like right down to 6 frames a minute. It's like, yeah, that ain't good. But they will go into a tipper.
Man,
Right.
it's driving me. Keeps popping in because there's a fire inspection next week.
Ah, okay.
Do you have any extension cords plugged into extension cords back there? Nope, it's all right into the power blocks.
Yeah, they got checked for every little thing, don't they? Actually, I'm kind of lucky, obviously, where I am. Obviously, they do have people that come around regularly. But it's usually around about every 6 months, and that's about it. They'll come and check and everything, obviously the fire suppression and stuff, make sure that's all okay. They tend to leave us alone, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a once a year
Yeah.
inspection.
Yeah, they ended up increasing their visits because obviously what happened in Grenfell. I don't know if you know about it, but it's basically a big tower block ended up on fire, killed a lot of people. Not nice. And it could have all been prevented as well if they'd done it right the first time when they built it. The fire procedures and stuff. literally, I think every building in the UK now, block of flats, has had to go over and have big overhauls and fireproofing added and stuff like that. Where it was missing beforehand. Removing asbestos and stuff. Yes, we still have asbestos over here. Actually, I was watching a program the other day about 20, is it the top 20 deadliest places in the world? There's a place over in Australia, I think it is, that has actual asbestos mines. It's like, crap, I thought it was like a man-made thing. Like, goes to show how much I know. Now I do have one bug about the giant storages, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed. Now with most storages, if you put them into, put pallets in that are like lower capacities, so like these over here for a set, I'll show you, that I put in a little while ago. You've got all these little half pallets. Obviously with most storages, they'll actually combine into one full pallet. But for some reason, the Giants ones just do not seem to do that, and it's really freaking annoying.
Because Giants doesn't store it as a product, it stores it as a pallet.
I
It's
know.
listed. Every single individual pallet's listed.
And it's freaking annoying. They're nice storages, I will say that. But it'd be just nice if they were able to change it so that they combined into one pallet or singular
would
pallet,
have-
whatever. So.
Just don't put in half the pallets. Problem solved.
So, Sharon, with that, yeah, no, true. I don't usually, but I thought I was going to anyway. I had a few left over. So what actually happens? It shouldn't really get deleted. What it'll do once that trigger is filled with like 1,000 liters, it will actually dump it out in a little pile here. But what can actually happen as well is if you have the biofuel up and running, it could technically distribute to that if it's set to distribute. So if you look at mine for the minute in the little menu there, I have 70 liters. Obviously, once that pumps up a bit, that will actually then dump out on the ground to be. You could either pick it up or just bring your trailer over here and fill up. So technically it is still there, it's just not showing anymore in your sawmill. You don't have a biome down now? Okay. But yeah, check your pile, see if it should be there technically. It won't just delete itself. I think Dave mentioned that yesterday as well. It unloads basically onto the ground rather than staying in the trigger. Is it set to storing out of curiosity or spawn for you? Because I just had a thought, mine should be set on.
When it's set to storing, it comes right out of the sawmill and goes into the
Yeah, obviously
pile.
I've got mine. Yeah, I've got mine on distribute because obviously I've got the bio down, which is converting that into electricity. So, but yeah. Yes. It gets to 15%. The pile is there. So yeah, that's where all your wood chips will be. It'll actually be on that little pile there.
Which is not counted in the total of what's in this thing because it's
Yeah.
external.
Yeah,
Once it's
exactly.
on the ground, it's not in the factory, and that's what storing does with it.
Yep. But yeah, hope that helps you out. So yeah, it is there. You should be able to pick it up anyway with your wheel loader. You should be able to scoop it up, or just take a tipper trailer to the trigger in the front there, and you should also be able to load direct into it. But yeah, I think have mine set to distribute for quite a while to go to create power, electricity. Right, is that. So I'm just going to leave that running for now. That's all gone, that's cool. There. At some point I will come through and pick up those bales, but I'm on a mission now to build a bridge. Come on, squeeze on through, there we go. Yeah, obviously with the cogent storage there, it's using, if I remember rightly, the giant's storage, so you can't actually distribute to it, Jaren. You would need one that's set up as a production, really, a production storage. So something like Boomhauer storage, stuff like that. I started building my first bridge. Oh, nice one, Mr. Vito. Which one did you go with, by the way? Just out of interest. Whoa! I need to go on camera. There we go. Cogent, you can't distribute to. Yeah, nope. One off plot 6. Ah, okay. Right, let's see how we do. Oh, well, yeah, these Volvos need freaking improvements on their brakes. There we go. So there's an incidence of obviously what was talked about in Darius' stream earlier. As you can see, the concrete, obviously I've put in 100 pallets, but yeah, it shows 99999. Do not worry about that. The bridge will still complete if it has a few left out. There's a bit of a buffer actually added into all the productions to count for that, so don't worry about it. As long as you put in the 100 or the 10 or the 25, whatever it recommends, it will still build and complete. There you go. Let's see, I've now got 6 big part pallets. I'm going to need to get storage down, so it goes next to the shop. Right, yeah. So that's the one that Darius was doing, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. Or it could be the one that I'm doing right now. Oh, maybe. X. Yeah, so you're doing the one just here, aren't you? The one that I'm actually doing now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's taken a heck of a long time to get it sorted, so yeah. But it's gonna be such an achievement, my first bridge. Woo. Actually, I need to go get the nails on that now, so. It's a Giants thing, remembering back in FS15. There was a... Yeah. Yes. Giants maths is terrible. And that's exactly how you want to do it, Big Vito, and that's with all the productions. Put as much, all of the lines in bar one really, and then obviously that last moment, throw in those that last one line, the whole lot in one go. There we go. So let's go grab that barge and go for a bit of sailing. Yeah, one thing I do want to do here is actually bring the road out so it's a little bit more centered here, and then have some more trees down that left hand side. Get in there, slower, get in there. Ooh, hello, the underneath of a trailer. Interesting. Ooh. Oh, look, a tire there. Only kidding. I'm not sure what I'll probably do with that area yet. I don't know if I want to turn it into a field or just make it like an orchard area. That's probably what I'll probably end up doing actually, an orchard. Get like the oranges, the bananas and all that placed down there. On that little triangle. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or maybe the coffee. Ooh. That would be kind of nice. Coffee orchard there. Mmm. Now I've got an idea. Right, here we go. Right then, so... Mr. Cooper's bag. Where is the mod for turning ore into iron ore? Well, on this map, you do not need that, Mr. Cope. Because obviously, it's got iron ore already in it. And it's obviously the one from the Platinum DLC. Obviously, if you're on Wolf Creek, I have not actually put it back up yet. But yeah, I do have that still on my Google Drive. But if you are after ore on a map, obviously you can go into your productions. There is that iron ore mine thing placeable. Okay, I'm lost. The blacksmith. I was asking for. Oh, the blacksmith. What do you like? So it should actually be in the pack. Let me put this on cruise control. I've got to see if I can not break things. If you come into the construction menu under PV mods, it should be, if I remember right, it's tier 3. Yep, right at the beginning there. You have the blacksmith. Very, very cool. Yeah, I think it used to be a tier 2 and they've upped it to tier 3 this time around.
I didn't change the tier.
Didn't you? Okay.
It's always the same.
For some weird reason I thought it was only a tier 2, that one. Oh well. But yeah, it should be in the pack as well there, Mr. Cope. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Okay, you're missing my question. I have a blacksmith and I need iron ore. Yep, so the iron ore is in the map, Cope. You don't need a converter or anything. So in the mines, bauxite, you got ore right there. A whole mine area. You can use that. There's also some in the multi-mine as well.
Yeah, the ore is iron ore.
Yeah. Obviously, they've replaced the ore from Wolf Creek with iron ore to match in
Same
with the
thing.
Platinum DLC. It's exactly the same thing, yeah. Whee! Yes. Ore is now iron ore. No worries there, Cope. It's a lot to take in, isn't it? Bless him. There we go. There we go. Right. Slow down, slow down, slow down. There we go. While I think about it, I can see concrete stumps on the water bridge starting to build. Oh, nice one! Yeah, that would be the... Yeah, cool. Oh, he's not cheating. Now, I do know somebody who I think has been cheating, but I'm not going to say who he is. He knows who he is. But if you guys are not following... oh, crap. Mr. Cope there. there is his link. He's a member of the Crusaders, so make sure to give him a follow. Hey, not so grumpy, how you doing? And also, while I think about it, another member of the Crusaders is Mr. Big Vito. Make sure to give both of those guys a follow, because they are great content creators. In addition, while I'm just doing quick shout outs, let's give Mr. Dajet, the Mac maker, a shout out. There we go. Obviously, we had Mr. Darius Frost in here earlier, who's gone for a bit of a snooze. We'll give him a shout out. Obviously, the master of course play and auto drive. We'll give him a shout out. 1971. You're very welcome, Big Vito. Obviously, if you've got any questions about course play, auto drive, obviously X-Man 1971 is the person you need to speak to. Obviously, I know T Miller will do it, answer questions as well, so we'll give him a shout out as well. There we go. And a few other members, but yeah, cool. I know he doesn't stream as often as he'd like, but he is a member of our community. He is a UK streamer. And it's Not So Grumpy Dwarf Gaming as well, or Grumpy the Dwarf, I should say. Yep, make sure to give all of those guys a follow. Obviously, there is Mr. MP7 Reaper. He's the mod doctor, so definitely make sure you check him out. I know at the minute he's sort of between work, so definitely go over and sub if you can to see help him out a little bit. Any donations would be much appreciated over there as well. I know he wouldn't probably ask, but yeah. He's great. Obviously, yep, Mr. Boomhauer, another member of the crew over here. He's like Dave's left hand, shall we say? Whereas I'm like his right hand, which is really kind of scary. And I hear two cats having a go at each other, so give me 1 sec while I go kick their butts. Okay. As soon as they see me coming, they run. It's great fun. Where am I going? Nails, right. There we go. I totally went the wrong way. I was going to go up the back there. But yeah, this is going to be cool. My first bridge is going to get started building today. Oh! Dave left. Yes! Actually, I could ask Dave something else, but I'm not, because I really don't want to go there. And it could be, yeah, really disgusting. But I won't. Regarding toilet habits, should we say. But yeah. Very impressive map.
Toilet habits. What the heck?
Like, what hand do you wipe your butt with? Left or right?
Oh boy.
I know. That just popped in my head. That's minging in it. That's terrible. Right.
My right.
Oh, really? Let's just boil it. Now, one thing to bear in mind with these storages as well. Obviously, as you can see, these are actually pallets of nails. When you put them into the giant's storages, or any that's using the same script, it does come up with a different texture. I know some people say that it's coffee beans, some say it's oh, what was it? Beets and stuff like that. But me, I would say that is definitely wheat seeds, because obviously that is the first thing on the on the list there. Right, so I do need nails and metal. So let's do 10 of you, because that's all I need is 10 metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yay! And nails. Oh, 78 pallets in there. That's cool. 10 of them. There we go. But yeah, Dave has done a really amazing job on the map. I think everyone is well happy with it. And obviously he has had a lot of support from other members as well, so each of those members who've tested, helped with the productions, you name it, even like little bits of input here and there. Even you guys are all amazing, because obviously you've put your little thoughts into the map where Dave's listened to you and he's added it in. Maybe some of the comments were just totally daft and he thought, yeah, okay, we'll not
I just
go
want
there.
to point out one thing.
But
One simple thing. I was the one that brought up to the community when I was setting the bridges to 25,000 a piece product, and you guys said no, make it 100.
yeah, I think maybe like PV County later on, that could be brought down. Obviously, depending on when and if Giants release the next,
Forever.
yeah, the next game. Obviously, I know with County, Dave did go through, drop a lot of the production, buildable side of things, make things a little bit simpler. But yeah, who knows? It may happen again later on. It'd be interesting to see what Giants does with their next map as well.
So yes, I was gonna set the bridge. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Remember when everybody was saying no, go to a one more?
Yeah,
all
more,
right,
more,
yeah.
more. Yeah.
It takes longer to produce the beams and pallets. It's not like no. So
Yeah.
now
Grumpy,
everybody's
about 20
rushing
minutes.
to get them done.
The logistics silo takes flax, alfalfa, and clover, and much more from the map. No editing required. What logistics silo are you on about there, Charin? Because I haven't done a logistics silo. Is that a mod? Oh, the hot one. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even got that in my mod folder, to be honest. I'm aiming to get the barrel logistics up and running, and then have around the back of it a couple of silos maybe set up. You're using it? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, obviously I've got that on still on Wolf Creek. Haven't had it even thought of adding it into here, to be honest. Again. FS13 feed. Have to keep getting better and better. Yeah, that is definitely for sure. Giants may release the new version of the game. I hope Dave can bring this map to the new game. You never know. Obviously, I know Dave's not really the biggest on converting old maps in like new games. I know he did it with Industries. Obviously, he did it from 17 to 19. So, but obviously, a map with this much production, the buildables, what we'd have to have literally straight away is also like something like the revamp already in the game to be able to do those buildables, or something very, very similar. But yeah, who knows what the next one will have. maybe they will look at the revamped script and think, oh, well, that's a good idea, and that's a good idea, and add it into the base game. In the same way they ended up putting the productions in. See, until it comes out, you know, never know. And obviously, next week, if I remember rightly, you got FS23 coming out on the mobile. Which would be kind of cool for you guys, obviously, on mobile. So if you're out and about at work or whatever, you can still carry on playing a bit of Farm Sim. Obviously, the maps are very similar to the ones on here, from what I've seen. Obviously, you got an American one that looks very much like Elm Creek. And then I think the other one, actually the European one, is a little bit more different to the Hot Belleron map or anything like that so far. Well, that's very, very cool. 2 maps actually on the mobile. We'll never known them to have one. How long does it take for factories to start producing? Well, within the hour once the products are in there, Cope. Obviously, all the cycles are set on an hourly cycle, so if you say half past the hour type thing, so if I was to put a products into a factory right now, obviously they will actually start kicking in pretty much straight away.
If they're not activated, they won't produce.
But yeah, obviously make sure that they're activated as well. But obviously, when they're outputting stuff, it'll be on the hour. So any pallets that get spawned, it'll automatically spawn on the hour. If it's going to being automatically distributed, it'll be on the hour, and so on. Yeah, obviously, depending on how it was set up, if it's set up to read them from like a bulk category, it should accept any of the crops and that. So very little editing. The only thing on that in that pack that probably need edited is like the pallet storages, to add in any new pallets in the map. Like, obviously, there's very few actually. New pallets. Packaging, that's a new one. Got the what other ones have we done recently? Obviously the new coffee ones. So yeah. There we go. And the platinum diesel, yeah. Very, very good. Actually, if... Oh, there we go. Now, obviously, in the... Oh, I'll have to check, but in the XML for that, obviously, I think it's got field type, or field types, isn't it, for the pallets. You could technically change it to field type categories per product, and it will technically take all of the pallets without even needing to edit it on any map. So I know when I was setting up at Linux, thank you very much for the 14 months resub. Wow, holy heck, that is impressive. But yeah, how you doing there, buddy? Yeah, obviously read it from. So obviously with the productions, obviously all the pallets, for example, they're being registered into the product category. So set that up there, and you should be good. And obviously this is a PG stream, dude. Good, good, just working. Yep, okay. Ah, bless you. Oh, I'm on the wrong end. There we go. But yeah, whoa, nice. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, I got 30,000 of each. Isn't that clever? No. Actually, at some point, I really need to get Robin Reliance, or Reliant Robin, his mod pack in here to actually check it out, the updated version. But yes, work is not good. Mind you, it helps pay the bills and stuff, I suppose. There we go. Right, come on, let's get this going. I might even just sit and up the time just to get that bridge going. The new map is absolutely amazing. That's all I can say, and I think a lot of people are saying exactly the same. It is definitely the best map so far from Mr. Dajnet. It's definitely leaving PV County in the past. Can you show the PDA? Without crashing, I will try. So obviously it is a 16x map. Obviously, there we go. Oh, fudge nuggets. I need to keep an eye on my little boat coming down the river there. As you can see, roughly, there is a lot of different sized fields. Oh, there we go. Around the map, obviously, you got this is like one starter area, which I've gone for. But you also have field 9, which is basically the size of a standard size map in its own self. So there we go. Yep. So like once again, you do have your base game crops plus the additionals that's been added in, along with obviously also the new orchard trees placeables as well. So very, very cool. Which farm is that one you went with? So this is the central farm here. It's the first one in the list when you load up the game. And obviously it's the same one that Dave started off with as well, so it's really kind of cool. And it's nice it's interesting to watch all these different streamers as well, where they've started and how well they've progressed. Because obviously you look at Darius and he seems to really be going full steam ahead. And then you got Dave who's just plodding along. And yeah, and I'm sort of trying to catch up to Dave. It's really weird.
You catch up to me. You got a bridge built already. I'm about 40 to 50 hours away.
It's not built. I haven't even got the last products in yet, but I'm nearly there.
I got 40 to 50 hours of in-game time just to get the products.
It's kind of weird because obviously I only get maybe a few hours a day to actually get in on do the map. So
You
but
got 71 hours in the game,
over the
and you're ahead of
weekend,
me.
however, over the
And
weekend I did have the game pretty much running 24/7 just for the sawmill to get those products.
I got 120 hours in, and I don't have half the products you do.
You'll get there. But yeah, obviously having that
I'm not in a hurry.
second sawmill place down did help a heck of a lot. Right. Do I know who has the multiplayer servers? So, Team Miller, Surfing Cowboy, they have a server up, or Surfing Cowboy has a server up and running. Come on, stop. 2022 Farming Guy, he has a server up and running at the minute. Yosho, I believe, has a server running with Canyon Crossing on it as well. Outside of the SGA, I have no idea, to be honest. Best thing is to go on and maybe Discord or something, and say, does anybody need any help on their server for Canyon Crossing? That's a good way of finding those who are running the servers. There we go. So yeah, there's a few people with them running. Okay, you gone for the southeast, did you? Okay. My SGA mod folder switcher lost Canyon Crossing for some reason. Can I get the unlock code again? No. Only kidding. Yeah, if you go over to the trailer board, it should actually be posted on there as well, where the mod folder switcher is. So exclamation mark SGA will give you that link. And let me bring up the trailer board. Now, obviously, if anybody does need the code, you can find it over there. Let me bring this across so you guys can see. Desktop.
After you enter the code, make sure you exit and reload, because if you don't shut it down correctly, or you just shut your computer down with it running, it won't save the code.
Yep. So
So just
there it is. It's
exit it
right
and bring
here.
it back up.
So why are you the letter Y's? Why are you and then waiting for FOR CC? That's the code right there. Also make sure there's no spaces before or after. Now one thing that I do, obviously what you could do is drag it along like that. Obviously you could end up having that space before, but if you just double tap on that word or the actual code, it'll highlight the whole thing without the spaces. And I've never had an issue, and I've been able to copy and paste that into it. Now, obviously, if anybody hasn't seen the new one, and you're not sure what the heck you're on about, code this, that, the other, obviously this is mine. Obviously, all you have to do is create your folder. Once this is installed, obviously link it to one of your buttons here. Go over to the options, and obviously down underneath Underhill Valley will be the little box that you put that code into. So literally all I did is grab that code, double click, copy paste, and put it into that box, hit unlock, and then obviously that box will just disappear. Oh, bring the right one up. It will disappear, and obviously you'll get this little button here popping up. But yeah, obviously once you've got that unlocked, close that off. Obviously make sure that it is selected like Dave says. You can close it down if you want to. Obviously what I tend to do is actually load up the game first. May put a few mods in there just to test it. I load up the game, make sure that it's working, and then just close it afterwards after syncing. So that's the way I do it. I've never had an issue, so yeah. But one thing to bear in mind as well, once you have got that in there, you do need to obviously exit as well if you wanted to. So cool. Ba-ba-da-bam, and I will definitely have that hydrate there. Hello, dear. Not time to come off yet. Yep, just go over to, obviously, go over to the Dagenet's trailer board. It's right there. Anytime you guys want to re-add it, if you have to reinstall the mod folder switcher, it's all there. Where do you get clay? I can't remember. Clay is in the lakes and rivers around the maps. Obviously, you do need to own those lands before you can dig it up.
No river.
Well, okay, fine. Lakes, ponds, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, go around the rivers. It's in the map, see if you can find them.
Lakes.
I want about that river right there. There's a big one right in front of me. See, that would be kind of cool. To have little spawn areas around the actual rivers as well. You have to get like a dredger to go collect it. That'd be kind of cool. Stop. These freaking brakes are terrible. Right, there we go. There we go. Yay! It's all in there. Finally, let me park you up there.
You have to own the lake to get it, by the way.
Yep.
Can't just go in and scoop it.
Yeah, and obviously because obviously at the minute it's being owned by the like in-game NPCs, there will be water there already on some of them. Obviously, depending on the season, if it's middle of summer for you, it may be empty. But obviously, once you buy that, you will be able to scoop it up. Right, so what I'm actually going to do, because obviously I've now got all those in there. The nice thing is, if you haven't seen this, you do not need to do anything else at all with these bridges. They will automatically start building. So what I'm actually going to do, get rid of that a minute. I'm going to up that time. Because obviously I want to speed it through to the next day. There's that first one. I'm going to put it up to about 360. I'm going to try and break it. And you can, for the last few minutes, just watch this zoom through the night while I find somebody to raid over to. And obviously these bridges were created by Green Thumb Farmer. So if you see him around, make sure to say a big thank you to him as well. Let me get rid of that HUD, because it looks so amazing. And check out that sky while it's going through. That's really cool. Needs to be a bit quicker though, that's something. Yeah, easy dev tool I'm using there to do the flight. Now obviously I am only going to run it through to the morning. And hopefully the next time you come back on Friday, that will be fully built. So let me turn that down. So that is at least a third of the bridge already done, just running it through the night there. So guys, I am actually going to call it there for today. I do need to jump off. I think it'd be kind of nice maybe to do like a little video, like what Dave did at some point for PV County. Let me put that there. Let me jump over to my ending screen.
Hello.
And hey, dude, how you doing?
Good.
And I'm gonna get the credit rolling and say a big, huge thank you to obviously Darius. Oh, excuse me. Earlier on for that big, humongous raid right at the beginning. If I can frickin' find it, 98 people. Holy heck! Obviously, Sim Game Matt, thank you very much for the biddies, along with Ghost DK, thank you as well. Obviously, for all those follows and refollows, thanks to Twitch, much appreciated. Obviously, the Guru dude, raiding with a party of 10 earlier, and then obviously finishing that off with at Linux resubbing for 14 months. Holy heck. That is absolutely amazing. So, obviously, I want to say a big, huge thank you to all you guys for coming out and hopefully enjoying what you've seen today. But I want to say a big, big, huge thank you to Mr. Dajnet for this amazing map. He has literally blown it out of the sky, I think, with this one. So, with that being said, 'cause I don't think I've actually ever said it to him, but he definitely, definitely
right.
deserves it.
You're welcome.
So right now, we've got a choice of, let's see, we've got Viking Streaming, who's currently on the map, who's obviously a member of the SGA. I'm also seeing, obviously, Giants is up, but do we really need to go over there? No. Who wants to see more map? The only other person that I can see that's currently on the map is also you, Mug Gaming. He was in here earlier. And Grumpy, is he on? I don't see him in my list. Let me go and show more. Oh yeah, there he is.
I do see him.
There we go. So yeah, we've got Not So Grumpy Dwarf as well. So obviously you're more than welcome to go wherever you want. I think because obviously Not So Grumpy Dwarf doesn't stream that often. Obviously he is still a member of the community. I'm actually going to rate it over to him. But you guys are more than welcome to go see Viking if you want to carry on watching a bit of CC. You can come with me, or you can go to UMug Gaming and check him out, or even put Giants up as well. What was the code to the download mod folder? If you go over to the SGA Trello board, it's on there, bud. I haven't actually got the page up anymore, so yeah, go over there. If you want exclamation mark SGA, will give you that link. So there you go. There is links obviously for Viking and UMug, so make sure to check them out if you can. But yeah, like I said, I am actually going to go over and raid over to Mr. Not So Grumpy Dwarf. So let's get this going. Obviously, I will be back again Friday. But obviously, remember to check out Mr. Dashnet later when he goes live. Or if you've got any issues, tell him. Obviously, contact us through Discord or Facebook and we'll try and help you out and get it fixed. So there we go. That is now going. So stick with us, guys, and we'll go and see what Mr. Grumpy Dwarf is doing. Or not so grumpy, really. Until next time, guys, have a great rest of your day. And obviously, I will see you again on Friday. Back on PV Canyon Crossing. Have a great day, guys.